Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to look at the Transmetal Optimus Primal figure. So here he is in his monkey mode. Yeah, I know it's a gorilla, but whatever. So yeah, there he is. I know he looks a little weird, but this is Transmetal, so this is how they're supposed to look. This is actually really close to screen accurate here. I mean, this is like spot on. I'm gonna see if I can find it. For those that didn't watch the show, try and find a screenshot here. So here he is in his flight mode from the original cartoon. My phone will focus on it. It's having a hard time here. But yeah, so yeah, outside of the coloration difference, because in person this looks different than on the screen. I don't know how it'll come off when you guys see it, but it is pretty much spot on perfect representation of him in his beast mode. The bot mode, we'll get to that when we get there. The bot mode is pretty much spot on as well. So yeah, this is how he's supposed to look. And they did an amazing job. Remember, this figure's what, 20 years old now, something like that. So it's like, wow, to sit there and think that they were getting things screen accurate 20 years ago, and now people are still amazed or amazed when they do it now. It's like, come on, guys, they've been doing it for a while. I would say the only thing that wasn't on the show is this that says Optimus there. Now, all the American versions had their name printed somewhere on the figure, usually in beast mode, and then the Takara version had the I can't remember the maximal name, Takara, but like the Predacons were Destron, so it would say on the figure, they would all say Destron. So yeah, posability here, nothing on the head due to the way it kind of like is set in there. Shoulders ratchet up and down, swivel in and out, bicep swivel, bends at the elbow, nothing at the wrist. Now mine is broken here. We'll show that off when we go to the transformation, but this one is broken, so that's why it's a little floppy. The waist does swivel. It gets a little caught up because of these waist pieces here, but it does swivel. Hips up and down, ratchet in and out, and then the foot has a little bit of a tilt to it, and yeah, and that is it. So all in all, pretty good here. And he's definitely more gorilla-like than the original Primal figure. He does have a third mode, which we'll go to now, and that's his flight mode. So you want to rotate this piece up like that, and that'll be his thruster. Fold this piece here down, and then it hinges over, and then over like this. So again, down, straighten that piece out, straighten that out, and then there's plug, hole, line those up, plug those together, and now he's got a surfboard, which, you know, and then you can rotate him, and he can be like this. So, which is pretty cool. It's screen accurate. I mean, yeah, it's kind of stupid when you really think about it, but you know, whatever. Flying monkey on a surfboard. It was a 90s show. You can plug these into his hand so he can have like little maces as he's flying. So yeah, I kind of like it. I think it's fun. It's a fun toy, is what this is. And now let's go to robot mode. Simple as well. You want to take this whole assembly here, and this will fold up like this. Come out of the way. Rotate the arms backwards, and then this will unplug from here. Hold that down. You can untab these sections here. These will fold down, fold out the foot, and this will rotate down like so. Take this whole assembly, rotate it around. So then we take this, goes back, unport that, flip the head out, rotate around, flip the monkey head down, close this back up. This will close up, and those become shoulder pads. And there he is in bot mode. No. Open this panel up. There's a little tab here that broke off on mine. But then you take the hand here, rotate it around, close it up. There's his robot mode hand. Do the same thing over here. And see, these things tab in really well. When there is a tab, rotate this around, close it up, tab it in. It's a solid tab, which is unfortunate that this one broke, but you know, whatever. You can't win them all. After 20 years, having one small tab break, I guess that's an acceptable loss. And yeah, there he is in his bot mode. Again, you can plug these into his hands if you wanted to do that. But what you're supposed to do is you plug them into this gun here. And it doesn't have a trigger, which is interesting. You just push down on the back of the mace. So that's coming out there. You push down on that, and that will release the missile. Not a very strong piece there. And you can plug that into his hand, and there's his gun. I know it looks weird, but that's show accurate. Plug these into his back for storage. You can kind of angle them down to make it look like maybe like little jet packs if you want to. But like that. And then in the show a few times, I know at least once, he did this where you take this and it folds forward like this, and he's supposed to like hold on to it, and it's like a mini gun, so it's like so there's that option from the show. And then you can also take the gun here and plug it back into the storage port on the leg as like a holster, which is kind of cool. And then just to show this off, here he is with the show art. So I'd say, yeah, really, really close. Pretty much identical, actually. Yeah. Posability wise, head is on a swivel. You get left and right, no up and down, due to the way it transforms. So that's, yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Nice painted eyes, no light piping there. Shoulder ratchets up and down, swivels in and out, bicep swivel, elbow bend, nothing at the hand, waist swivel, hips, swivel up and down. This one's got a ratchet. It's supposed to have a ratchet, so this one, ratchet must have just given out on it. Yeah, after 20 years, I guess that's about right. Ratchets in and out. There is a bend right, the knee swivels, and then there is or knee bends, and then there is a swivel above the knee, so you can kind of angle that how you need to. There's a secondary hinge right here for transformation, so if you really want to get a good pose, like running pose, you could break it up a little bit and do that if you want to. The foot does tilt, but no rocker. So all in all, very, very well done, especially for its time. I don't think they can make very many improvements on the design of this figure if they were to do a masterpiece. So I'm not sitting here like, man, I really wish they had a masterpiece version of this figure. It's more about like, yeah, that's pretty close. Here he is with the Masterpiece Primal. They're almost the same size. He's still a little bit taller by about half a head. Now, I, for one, always kind of pictured that after, in between season 1 and season 2, when Primal got the new body, I kind of always pictured that his body did get a little bit smaller, because it's a whole new body. It's not his body that got upgraded. He got transferred into a whole nother body that had no spark. So I think I always kind of figured that it was a little bit smaller, or approximately the same size, whereas the Megatron was supposed to get bigger. So the Transmetal Megatron that came out in this line is way too small in comparison to him. He should be towering over it. He should be like an Ultra. But yeah, I think this is about right. So yeah, all in all, I'm going to give this figure a 10 out of 10. I think it's a great figure. Even to today, it's still pretty good. It shows its age only slightly, like with the hands being just like, those solid. But outside of that, it's better made than most of the modern Voyagers. It's heavier, I think. Let's find out. Got the good old scale out here. We're going to find out how heavy, if this guy is heavier than a modern day Voyager. Alright, so on scale, he is 6.4 ounces. Modern day Voyager, we're using Motormaster. 7.3 ounces. Huh, look at that. He is actually lighter than a modern day Voyager. So a modern day Voyager is heavier than an older Voyager. Go figure. But yeah, for size comparison, here he is with Motormaster, who's going to be my new Voyager scale rather than Optimus. And here he is with a deluxe. So yeah, like I said, I recommend him. If you're a Beast Wars fan, you probably already have him, but if you're on the fence on him for whatever reason, I do recommend him. I think he's good. It was a fun toy. Just watch out for those little tabs in the wrists there. Okay, because he's done. He's tired. Tuckered out.